Hi there. And guess where I am? I'm back on this pasture, but I can't not. There's limited things to do at the moment. A lot of the crops are in seed, and this is just so perfect. Especially on a day like this, it's still, it's warm. And as you can see, I'm just on the edge of it here, and I've already found a couple of really nice things. I've got a new camera too, and I hope this is working all right. A lovely strap end. Now, I quite often find the acorny bits on these, just the edges of them, literally, but very rarely a whole one. Well, it's almost a whole one. It's missing a tiny bit there, but it's got both sides to it. That's really, really lovely, and it's got a lovely design. Don't know if you can see that just on the side there. I think that's about 1350 to 1450. And then this, which I thought was a cut half at first, but it was the wrong colour. It's not silver, it's copper, and I am sure it's a broken English jeton, and I can tell that by the little beads on the outside there. I'm sure that's what it is. Very shame it's not full, but that's really cool. And I'm not even plugged in yet. I'm just having a lovely wander around. And just on the edge here, I've just found a little Roman coin. So, I mean, that bodes really well for just a brilliant day. It's a, I think that's Constantine II, because it's got the soldiers with the two standards, and it just looks like him on the emperor side. And it's a really lovely coin in really lovely condition. Gosh, I've been really looking forward to this because I haven't been out for a bit, and I was going to come out yesterday, but it was far too windy, and now it's just, conditions couldn't be more perfect. Well, I didn't live dig this because I thought, sounding like that, let's just get it over and done with. Well, it's a bit louder than that, but equally clear and belly. I say it can only be one of three things if it's not trash: a crotal bell, a cartwheel penny, or a sestertius, and I think it's the latter. I'm in the shade of these trees. Well, not quite the shade, but underneath them. I wasn't really expecting this. The Roman coins I've found here so far have been tiny little 4th century bronzes of House of Constantine, but not this. No, it is absolutely stonking. I think it's a sestertius. If it's not, it's one of those other big bronze ones, and I know who it is because I've found these before, and it says germ on it. It says Org Germ, and he's got a very long neck, and it is Domitian. The first coin I ever found was one of these, and it was in just as good condition as this one. This one's absolutely wonderful. Not much on the back, I don't think, but the head and the portrait is absolutely fabulous. And I remember researching it at the time. It says Cs Dom Org Germ, and the reason for the germ was obviously he was bashing up the Germans at the time, or rather the tribes to the east of the Rhine. God, I'm absolutely thrilled with that. That has made my day. If I don't find anything else, I don't care. That is just wonderful. Wow. And it's so spring-like. It's absolutely beautiful up here. I'm going to have to take this off in a minute. It's warming up fast. Well, I really should have recorded this. I don't know why I didn't. It was scratchy and nice and faint. I had all the right signals and I didn't bother. And it's about 7 inches down. I'm going to reenact it for you. It's a little hammered coin. Now, not in the greatest condition, I don't think. It's a little short cross and it's a whole one. I find quite a few, well not quite a few, but I find more cut halves than I do full short crosses. So this is really nice. This is one of the very few full short crosses I've found. It's got a bit of a nick there, but it's going to come out really nicely. I can see a scepter. Gosh, that's absolutely beautiful. Not quite made my day as much as my Domitian sestertius, but quite close. Lovely. Well, it's one of those days when I'm having such a nice time, I'm not really live digging that much. But I've really got to start. This was very wispy. Giving all the right sounds that could only be good. And after my disappointment, I don't know if you watched my last video when I thought I found a Roman brooch, but in fact it wasn't. It was something really rubbishy. Well, this is a Roman brooch, if I can find it, and it's the first one I found up here, and it's tiny and lovely and whole bar its pin. I can't remember what it's called. Is it dolphin type or something, or Colchester type? Either way, it's an absolute beauty. Got to start live digging, got to start setting up for live digs, because that's just lovely. Does it sound any better now? It's a little one. Conditions are ideal. It's been raining for a few days. The ground's obviously adjusted slightly. It's not sopping at all. It's nice and dry, but it's obviously perfect for signals. What a morning. Wow. I had a really good feeling about today, but more often than not, when you have those feelings, the day turns out to be rubbish. But today was one of those feelings when it's turned out really, really good. And that's, now I'm live digging again. That's probably a button, but that just sounds perfect. Nice and wispy and deep. We've got everything today, the weather, digging conditions. That's looking like it's going to be too deep to be nice. I suspect it's lead. Yeah, we're going down far too deep. Crikey, talking about big bits of lead. Wow, that's a big bit of lead. God knows what it was for. It's cylindrical, but it's not got a hole in it, I don't think. And I don't think it's folded either. No, I don't know what that is, but I suspect it's jolly old. But amongst other things I've found today, more than my fair share of strap hens. Those two are rather nondescript, but this is a beauty. It's got loads of design on it and stuff. Do you see all that zigzagging? I think that's medieval. Can't think what else it is. Lovely. Gosh, it's all happening today. Well, sounds okay there, but I'm not sure about a bit irony on that side. But that side's all right. Bit squeaky. Gosh, I really do get it wrong sometimes. The first time I came on this little patch, all I found was cartridges. And I thought, oh, that's rubbish. I'm not going to bother with this anymore. And today I thought, well, I'll come back and just do this patch. And it's turned out brilliantly. Shows what I know. Or whatever it is, it's just there. Let's see what it sounds like now. I can see it. Ah, rats! Little 2.2 cartridge at depth. Gosh, your machine's working when you're finding these, because it could equally be something really nice, that little silver hammered coin or something. I thought I'd better do a bit of filming with the old camera, my old faithful, just in case the new one doesn't record anything at all. You can't really ask for much more than that. Still in that. Well, I can see it. And hooray, it's a little hammered coin. Not in very good condition. But just is one of those days. I can't explain it. Just wonderful. I'm going to have a nice day off tomorrow. It's Saturday, and I'm going to edit films and just relax for a while, because days like this don't come around very often. Now, I don't know what that is. I think it's one of the later long crosses by the look of it. Put Henry the 7th, Henry the 6th, someone like that probably. But jolly nice, hooray. I'll put it on the detectinghub.co.uk, where the resident warlock will, and his little wizard friends, will almost certainly know what this is. Gosh, it's shiny, isn't it? In the summer, in the spring sun. It's a brilliant forum, the Detecting Hub. They're a really, really friendly, nice bunch, and they're jolly good at knowing what things are. Well, this was another really squeaky one, and surprisingly so, because it was only about 4 or 5 inches down, and it's another little Roman fibula. God, I am having it all my way today. Now that's really interesting, because there are bits of Roman all around here, but to find 2 fibulas quite close to each other, does that mean there's a slightly bigger concentration in this area? I don't know. I think that's quite early. I think that's quite an early one. and neither do I know for sure what type this one is. It might even have some silvering on it. It's not a head stud type, but anyway, really lovely. Gosh. I've also found something else quite interesting which gave a hell of a sound. I almost didn't dig it. Now I don't have a clue what it is. It's got some iron in it because I can see where it's rusted over, but it's a design of sorts. I mean, part of me is really hoping and praying it might be Saxon, but I just don't know. Again, I mean, it's a really interesting bit. Lovely little sort of artifact of sorts, but I've no idea what it is. Well, it's very rare to have one of those days that you really look forward to, think's going to be really good and is really good and lives up to your expectations. I can't remember the last time, but today's been one of them, so I'm going to call it a day before I get too sunburnt. In fact, the sun's gone in and it's definitely got a bit colder. Not going to do that one. Well, that's quite faint and jumpy, but I think it's a nice one to end on. And I don't really care what it is. It's been such a nice day. Well, it's pretty faint. I think this might be iron. I think this might be deep iron. Whatever it is, it's just there. It's about 6-7 inches down. Gosh, it'd be nice to end on a good one. Let's just see what it sounds like quickly. I always like to see what it's going to be. A button. I bet it's one of those buttons. Nope. It's an old musket ball. And on that note, I keep being told that my spade's too short. But actually, it might look a bit short, but it's very, very light. And I pointed out that it fits into the crook just there under my arm absolutely perfectly. And it's very relaxing having something to lean against. I couldn't do that with a longer spade. So I'm keeping my slightly small little light spade. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and see you next time.